I have never in my life seen anyone want to be so included in everything as my sister. On more than one occasion, she's followed my mother around the house while my mother was on the phone trying to join into her conversation. Normal people don't do this. Now, mind you, remember, neither of my sisters are little. It's not like the little girl was following her mother around. My sister's a grown-ass woman. Both of my sisters are grown-ass women. Both of them. They're both older than me. I'm the baby. I'm the baby!
When someone meets my family, they inevitably ask, "How are you, you?" Why is that, you ask? Have I got a story for you?
The really, really big problem with the Banshee wanting to be part of everything, though, is that she also knows everything. So she always wants to be part of you. We've already talked about this. She thinks she's a better mechanic than her husband, which is just simply not true. Especially when you just make shit up off the top of your head. Definitely not true. Definitely not true. No. She likes to tell me about eBay things. My favorite thing so far was this one time she was like, "Wait, you mean that's all the same stuff in your pile of stuff that you're selling?" Because apparently I do things differently on eBay than most people do. I actually get all my packages ready, so when they sell, I just grab the package and they're all labeled, and I just like slap the label on it, tape it up, whatever I gotta do. Sometimes I gotta do arts and crafts, and it's just good to go. And apparently most people don't do this, they just take a guess at what kind of packaging it's gonna be in, and no, I don't like that. No. I'm OCD, and no. That's not how this is gonna go down. Nope, no, I'm gonna get that shit ready, and you buy it, and I'll just slap the label on, hopefully, but I gotta find it, of course, and then it's good to go. And she was like, "Wait, you mean those are all the same thing?" I thought every 3 days you just got rid of all your stock, gave it back to people, and then you got more stock, because if it doesn't sell in 3 days, then it's not gonna sell. And I'm like, what kind of turnover do you think normal people have? Like 3 days to sell an item, and if it doesn't sell in that time, it's gone? What? No, that's not how this works. I can sort of understand where she's coming from, considering she used to run the cafe, so maybe that's like the time that you could have like good stock food materials, maybe? But like, books don't go bad. Last I checked, books do not go bad. You do the video game, well, laser rot, but whatever. I haven't experienced laser rot in my life. And the rankings, just to tell people I was a bronze power seller all the time. No, I'm not. Now I am, but I was not at the time. I don't know where she came up with those. We were in the hospital visiting my dad's dad before he died. When we're visiting him, and the nurse was friendly, which is unusual. You'd think in a hospital that everyone was friendly, but that's not true. So the nurse was super friendly. I think it's because my dad's dad's such a jovial guy. Like, I've only seen my dad angry like 5 times in my whole life. I've never ever seen my dad's dad angry. He's just a happy guy, which is probably how he had so many wives and so many kids and got to sleep around and, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, being jovial apparently helps that a lot. But we were in the hospital visiting, and the nurse was friendly, and we started talking about stuff, and my sister was like, "My brother sells things on eBay, and he's this and this and this." And the weird thing is that I hadn't said anything yet. I was just like, "Huh?" And she started to talk for me, because she has to have all the attention. All the attention has to be centered on her, even if it's not her story, which makes no sense. You can't, it's an impossibility for you to always have all of the attention in every situation. It's impossible. Unless you were like a god or goddess, and you could make people face you and pay attention to you. Like that's it. It's impossible. You can't do this. And I'm trying to correct her, and she starts yelling at me about how I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. I don't even know how you're still alive. It's sad, but that's a question that I ask her actually quite frequently now. I just turn to her and I'm like, how are you alive? How did you make it this far in life? With that? With this? With the brain you have? Just spit everywhere again. Sorry. How are you still alive? How did you make it this far? You are disproving survival of the fittest with each passing day. How? Oh, she's also a glory seeker. Because in addition to having all the attention, she also wants recognition for everything. When Ooh was here last time, and I was trapped in Shitopia, my sister was coming to help her out with stuff. Also, my mom was gone, so really it was just us to help her out with stuff. So my sister was here all the time to help her out with stuff. And one of the things that made my sister furious was that, like, our family has the favorite child. In Ooh's family, one of her nephews is the favorite child. She just fucking loves him, and she'll do anything for him. I mean, not to say she doesn't love the other nephews. Ooh doesn't have any kids. Never had any kids. If you are like, wait, what? Her sister didn't make it, had the kids in the family. So the favorite child there became the favorite child for her as well. Just that out of the way. But anyway, when Ooh went back to Florida, my sister insisted on driving with her and like staying with her, and she was mad that Ooh was like, get out. Now, all of you understand completely why you'd be like, get out to the Banshee, because she's just there too much. Go away. Shoot. Shoot. And Ooh was all like, my favorite child, come to me. Let me hang out with you. We'll be great. And he went and stayed with her. And my sister was like, I don't understand. I did everything and I'm not getting anything in return. And I was like, well, see, there's your first problem. You went into this thinking that you were going to get some recognition. And I've had this conversation with her before. Like, she desperately craves recognition from our family members. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, you're way older than me. I don't understand why you never made the connection. That you can't keep going for this like, you won't receive it. It doesn't make sense. It's literally the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for a different result. Like, you can't go into things with our family expecting recognition, that people are going to treat you right, because they're not. They're not going to be like, oh, thank you. They're going to be like, oh, you could have done this better, blah, blah, blah. And I don't understand. Perhaps it's because she doesn't really have friends of her own and she has to steal everybody else's. She's like a friend vampire. It's so weird. But I guess a friend zombie, more like it. But you can't, like, especially our mom, you can't go up to her and be like, yes, she's going to be so proud of me. Because she's not going to make it sound like that. That's just not the way she is. So you have to seek recognition elsewhere. Like, if you want to survive, you're going to have to. You can't do it with this family. You can't. It's not possible. And the real big issue with that, especially with her craving this recognition, she needs it. She has to have it. Is that her mantra is doing something is better than nothing. And while in some cases that could be a great mantra, in most cases doing something instead of nothing is usually a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Oh boy. Let me tell you about that one time I really fucked up. I mean, there was fucking up happening before me, and then I walked into it, and I was just like, turd brain! And I cast a spell, and it was awful. So while Ooh was staying with us, my brother and my sister decided, well, my sister probably decided, because, you know, this is the Banshee we're talking about. You know, something is better than nothing. So she decided she was going to redo my mom's garage while my mom was away. Even though my mom was like, no, don't do it. Don't touch my stuff. And the Banshee was like, something is better than nothing. I'm going to fix your garage. So we had to pretty much move everything out of the garage, which is bad because we keep a lot of shit in the garage. We're like we have a 2-door garage, and only one door has barely enough room for a car to be in it, and the rest of it is just filled with shit. So we had to move all that stuff out of the way. They redid the whole garage, and one of the last nights, it was when it was just me and Ooh in the house, and Ooh was like, why are they here? Why are they doing this? And they were there for like 2 weeks fixing up the garage, and they made it all nice. They painted everything. They got everything ready. And one of the last nights, they were like, it's not dry, so go downstairs and close the door. Now, you know this from the way I microwaved mac and cheese when I was really little. I take directions very literally. So I'm also a guy. That's a guy thing. You take directions super literally, and if it's not in that super literal beam power of your brain, then you just be like, nah, okay, and you just walk around it. So they said go downstairs, close the garage door when it's dry. I fucked up because I took that direction very literally. And I went into the garage and I couldn't reach the fucking thing, so I had to jump up and down to get it to pull the door down because only one side is electric, the other side is not. You have to pull it down. And I made footprints in their nicely redone garage. And they were fucking furious. And for all intents and purposes, they should have been. I fucked up. And then my brother was like, why didn't you go outside and pull the garage door down? And I was like, oh. See, that would have been the smart thing to do. If I did not take directions so literally, I would have thought I could pull the garage door down from outside since it's not electric. But I didn't, because I take directions super literally. So I heard go downstairs and close the garage door, and that's exactly what I did. Now, the whole time they were there, we were upset with them. Whatever. Then they were upset with me, and I was just like, oh, please go home. When my mom came home, she was like, oh, can they stop touching my stuff? Which is exactly the reaction everyone should have expected from this particular thing. And I found out sometime after that, that's not the first time they've done something in this house that my mom has been like, don't do it. Apparently, when they first moved here, and I've heard a lot about it, we had a lot of hardwood floors. And when we were going to move in, my brother and my sister were like, we're going to redo your floors. And my mom was like, no, don't do it. And so they spent like a month and a half redoing all the floors in the house. And they're super partial about the floors, so I'll tell everyone how wonderful they are. I'm sure that like it wasn't my brother's decision for the most part, but he is proud of his work because he does do good work. When my brother goes to do something, he will do it, and it will be right. My sister, something is better than nothing, so it doesn't matter if it's shitty. She's still gonna do it. Doesn't matter. I found out recently that, well, not recently, but recently after the garage debacle, that my brother and my sister, when they did the floors, they left my mom a bill for it. And that's not the first thing that my sister's done that she's left my mom a bill for. What? After she says no, you do it anyway, and then you charge her for it? What type of shit is that? How are you alive? How did you make it this far in life? I don't understand. Now, before we go today, guys and gals, I just want to show you all something. This hoodie. It's one of the only clothing items I've actually purchased for myself, and I just want you all to know that. Let's see. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. This is hard because it's backwards. So I'm trying to make sure you can actually read what's on my back, as you may have guessed. But yeah, I just want you all to know that I love you all that much as a T-Rex, because you're all still here, and it's nice to, talk to humans every once in a while. I think you guys can see the words. I'm not actually sure where the words are at this point, but I fucking love this hoodie. I just wanted you all to know. Thanks for sticking with me, especially after last week's screaming match. My throat, it's been a good 5 days since I filmed the last episode. It's not like I filmed these episodes like the day they're up, because if they were, I would never be able to edit them in time. But it's been like 5 days. My throat still hurts. I actually got sick from screaming. Like, it was bad. And now, oddly enough, when I get that sick headache, when you feel like the pressure in your skull, I started to scream and rage, and it just made all the pressure go away. And I was like, so the headache is what got me sick originally, but it's what's gonna make me not be sick anymore? That's cool. I like that. Thanks, headache.
Hey there, guys and gals. Thanks so much for watching, as always. If you click the link on the left, you'll be taken to the previous episode. If you click the link on the right, you'll be taken to the playlist, where you can watch them all.
Next time on Unfairy Tales, the Ultimate Creeper returns!